Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're here to play ASTROPRISMA. Missed last week because it was super hot and I did not feel like it, but we're here with session 3 to continue our campaign of ASTROPRISMA. We are playing the campaign mode where our goal is to progress through 3 star systems and get our faction of choice to overall dominance, and my faction of choice is the kind of freedom fighter left-wing warg faction, but we don't currently have any means of getting in contact with them, so we'll see how that goes. Hey Edmund, yeah, I looked into the chat delay and I'm really not sure what is going on with that. There doesn't seem to be any delay on my end, and the VODs in Twitch only show a 6-second lag between a message in chat and it appearing on screen, so yeah, I'm really not sure what to do with that. Yes, what you said earlier about the planets not really mattering, or not really doing much in this game, they are pretty abstracted. Right, like there's a set of potential encounters per planet type rather, and you just kind of roll and see what happens. I think I have seen some people mixing in like a procedural hex crawling approach to planet exploration, which could be an interesting thing to do. Though I guess the complexity with that is, let's say you introduce some system for exploring planets. You don't want to make like exploring planets much more dangerous than ASTROPRISMA kind of expects, because then you might be putting yourself in a bad position by engaging with your new mechanics. But I'm sure something could be done. So let's introduce the characters and recap what happened last time. So we have our captain, whose name is Silas. I always think his name is Silas Desperado, but no, his origin, his class basically is a Desperado. His name is not Silas Desperado, cool as that would be. He is the captain, or the pilot, and I suppose captain as well, of the spaceship, oh god, did we name our spaceship? Did we name it? I don't remember if we named our ship. Maybe we didn't name our no, there we did, the Trident Units, there we go, captain of the Trident Units, which is a small ship in which we are zipping around the solar system, kind of getting up to mischief. We currently only have one NPC with us, our navigator Aoi, who she came to space. We got a bit of a backstory for her. She came to space to experience new things, but kind of suffers a bit being cooped up on a ship with just one person for weeks at a time, and always kind of loses herself in the crowd whenever we dock at a settlement. She wears a brightly painted jet pilot helmet and is very opposed to cybertech implants, seeing them as holding humanity back from the next evolutionary leap, which this came out of a role last session. We had an opportunity to get some cybertech implants, and I thought, what does Aoi think about this? And it turns out she really hated it. We also have another character noted here, Suletta, who is not someone currently in our crew, but might be, because let's talk about what happened last time. So last time we completed a cargo delivery to a Corsair settlement, the Andromeda Palace, and while I was there I met an out-of-work medic called Suletta. She tried to stab me, but the relationship did improve from there, and I want to offer her a job, but she's currently back on her home planet, so we need to kind of go there. That is this planet here I've marked with a green dot. After that, we just kind of travelled around the system some more, hoping to encounter a warg settlement, or at least some warg guys who we could do a job with to get some faction reputation, but we didn't have any luck with that. We did bump into 2 other factions though, the Medusa sector, who are all about hacking, and the Synth Arch, who are all about what are they, like AI supremacy, that sort of thing. Are they? Yes, they're kind of led by super intelligent androids, so that they're all about yeah, transcending human limits, liberating AIs, that sort of thing. We could help out the Medusas, and we got a free drone from that. We couldn't help out the Synth Arch, so we didn't have what they were looking for. So that was a bit of a missed opportunity. And then we did have a run-in with the Corsairs, who I don't like, but we encountered some legendary bounty hunter, and he offered us a job to go and take someone out. I guess this person wasn't worth his time or skill level. And the pay was very, very good, so we did grudgingly accept, and we went to a nearby planet to deal with some guy who was busy turning himself into having like a full artificial cyborg body. The fight was pretty tough, but thanks to Aoi, we did triumph with a clever use of some hacking in the nick of time. Sadly, we weren't able to fully explore his base. That's on this planet I've marked here with the red dots, because to explore his base, we needed to be able to turn the generator back on, and we didn't have a mechanic. So we kind of have two big gaps in our crew right now. We are missing someone who can fix bodies and someone who can fix machines. So that's what I want to focus on this session. I want to go find Suletta on her home planet and do like one more task for her, so that I can then try to recruit her as a crew member. And I want to find and either build a relationship with, or possibly just hire a mechanic as well. We might also finish exploring the system. There aren't that many hexes left we've not visited, but I think hiring some crew is the priority here. So where we are right now, we are apparently at a Synth Arch settlement, which I don't believe we did anything with. I think, yeah, so we ended last session with just moving into this new hex, and we rolled up what was here. So we don't know anything about this settlement at all, other than that it's run by the Synth Arch, and it is called the Valiant Taurus. So I suppose we could have a look to see if there's any mechanics here who might be looking for work. I feel probably the Synth Arch, who, you know, being people who love machines and robots and stuff, might be able to find a mechanic here. We could also actually start to align ourselves with these other factions we found. Like, I want to join the Wargs, but maybe we join the Synth Arch instead. I don't know. Let's see. I believe this was what we just did. Let's see. So that planet was here. Yes. So this thing here is what we just did. So let me make sure I noted that down. So we have 300 serum. Yep. We have one Corsair rep. I think that's the Corsairs, and we have a Supernova Physic. Yes. Okay, right, so we've got this. Or maybe we'll keep this noted and just cross it out to indicate that we've had this and we've done it. Okay, so let's check out this settlement that we found ourselves at, and then we're going to head around to whatever this planet is called. It's called Ximena, possibly Shimena. So let's turn to the settlement rules. So, normally we would roll to see what faction is in control. We either did that or the random encounter told us, so it is the Synth Arch. We don't have any reputation with them at all. We're kind of neutral with them. So, when you dock at any settlement, your ship's hull is fully restored, so our hull was already full. We can buy ships and ship modules and sell ship modules. Why did I have this crossed out? Let me check my notes. I think that might be crossed out because Aoi hates cybernetic implants, so I might have decided to cross that out until I could persuade her it's okay. Appears I didn't note that down, so that's probably what happened. Okay, so I have some titanium bones, which I believe I've applied the stat thing for them. Titanium bones, they give me armor, yep, so I've got that, and +1 vigor. And I have my trigger fingers, which I'm currently not using because Aoi thinks it's gross. Okay, right, I remember. So we can refuel. I guess we must have refueled at the end of last session, because otherwise we'd be down. Let's see. Health is also fully restored. Okay. I believe this should also be up as well. This goes up by 3 every jump if every hex if you have full health. And what we can do at the Synth Arch is we can get drones. I think that's the Synth Arch logo symbol. Let's see. Let's turn over to the faction page. Yeah, they're kind of this eye symbol. So we can get drones. I think a slight criticism I have of ASTROPRISMA is it does... The book is very symbol heavy, so I guess you can't actually see it because my head is in the way and it's very small. But let's zoom in. So each settlement has items, weapons, and cybertech available, and then depending on which faction is in control, there's other things there as well. So if it's a WARG settlement, there's weapon mods. If it's an Interstellar Federation settlement, they have armor sets. If it is a Medusa sector settlement, they have drones. If it is a Corsair Syndicate settlement, they have narcobotics. And if it is a... Sorry, no, wrong round. If it's a Synth Arch settlement, they have drones. And if it's a Medusa settlement, they have hacks. But these symbols are quite small. You can see I'm really zoomed in here. And the drones symbol, I feel the Synth Arch symbol is not that distinguishable from the other roundish symbols when at normal size. Just kind of... It's just a kind of circle thing. Anyway, we could buy drones if we wanted to. I don't think we want to. We might want some... We might get a ship upgrade. Let's go have a look at those. If we could afford it. So we buy all these things with experience points and scrap. I think we maybe don't have much scrap. Because we have 30 scrap and 3 XP. That's really not much. Yeah, it looks like, looking at the scrap costs here, we can't afford anything. But we could get like a tier 1 thing with our 3 XP. Okay. And I remember last time we had a space combat, and I said I wanted to look up house rules for like after you destroy a spaceship, like scavenging it for scrap, because scrap seems to be the resource you need to buy ship upgrades and to buy drones and stuff, and it seems quite hard to come by, and I didn't look up house rules to do that. I just forgot. So I'll add a note now. Like, surely someone has come up with something for getting scrap from a ship after a space combat, after you destroy them. Okay, right. I think we've used that up. I could possibly advance Aoi and unlock a new skill. Let's see how that works. This also costs XP. Okay, you can unlock additional skills for 10 XP per skill. Okay. Right, I guess let's just do what we did last time. Let's wander around the home pods. We can roll to see if we find any like mechanically minded people looking for a job. And we can maybe also go on a test flight as well to give us a slight boost if we have another space combat. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's do a test flight first. So we're going to spend 3 energy, and we're going to do a combat drill, I think, because that was quite handy last time. So we test our space combat skills, and if we succeed, we're going to get +1 action die every turn in our next space combat. And there's no penalty for, failing it. We just have spent some energy for it. So let's see. Where's my d10s? As always, checks in this game, they're opposed d10 rolls. We add the relevant stats, so in this case I'm adding Vigor, and I'm kind of opposed by the environment here, so nothing is added to the opposing d10. So I got a 2, my Vigor is a 2, that is 4 total. The opposition was 4, I believe I need to roll greater than. Just go double check. I don't believe a tie. Yes, if the result of the player dies higher, you succeed. So I failed that roll, so again, no penalty, I just don't get a bonus in my next base combats. Aoi, as is her habit, I suppose, has immediately disappeared off the ship to go and mingle with the crowds. And I'm going to go wander the home pods. I'm going to yes, go find some like small dive bar thing in the depths of the station. I guess not too far into the station, maybe like near the docks, as I feel that's where people looking for work would hang out. But definitely a dive bar, not an upmarket place. So let's turn to our oracle tables, and let's just first ask: is there anyone here who is, looking for work? 2, no. Okay, so like maybe there are people here who are looking for work, but nobody here is looking to be a mechanic, or if someone is here to be a mechanic, their price is too high for us, that sort of thing. So not being very successful there. What vibe do we get in this place? Corruption. Okay, so I'm reading the 1 for the no and column, the leftmost column in the oracle, and the 5 is the corruption here. So okay, there's rampant corruption going on. I will note that down. Maybe there's, we can make use of this in the future. So Aoi disappears into the crowd as usual. I look for a dive bar near the docks and see if I can find a mechanic. No luck. But let's see, how does this corruption manifest? Maybe I see someone taking a bribe, like a customs official of the station is like also in the bar, and he just like very brazenly takes a bribe, like not being subtle about it at all. Not sure how that will be useful, but maybe it will be. But the key thing is we don't find anyone who's looking to work as a mechanic. So I think I don't believe there's like a cost of living. Yeah. So I guess just time passes, and eventually I go like find Aoi, and we get on the ship and head off. And I think we're going to thingy Ximena around here to go find Suletta and see if we can recruit her to the cause. The cause being fixing us as we get bullet holes in us. So this hex here, I think, has a hostile ship in it. This was like the very first hex we entered. Yes, it was a beluga transporter, and I can't remember how tough that ship is. I think it was fairly tough. Not super tough, actually, but we could potentially take a beluga transporter, I think, if we're lucky. Let's just have a look at what our ship's loadout is. Yeah, I'm willing to like try flying through this hex and deal with this hostile encounter. The alternative is we could like move around the other direction. Can I redo the combat drill? It is once per cycle, so not without leaving the hex and then coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna head down here into Hex, whatever this is. Hex 3. Let's see, like after a night of heavy drinking, I go find Howie and we get out of here. Okay, right, so this is... We didn't resolve the encounter, so I guess it's just going to be the same thing, like... obviously the ship hasn't just been like hanging out here for 2+ weeks or whatever, but this is the route the ship takes, so I guess we encounter the ship again as we come through. Because if you... Pretty sure if you flee Starship Combat, I'm sure it says somewhere that if you run from like a hostile encounter, it is still there when you come back. That's generally how things work anyway. So we encounter the Beluga Transporter again as we fly through this hex and are going to fight it. So let's put it up here above our ship. And let's remember how space combat works. So we have initiative first. Yes, that is a grace roll. Okay. And do we have any special things that help with that? No. Okay, so it's just going to be Grace, and for the enemy we add their number of actions. So they're going to be rolling d10 plus 3, we're going to be rolling d10 plus 3 as well. Okay. They go first. They really go first. Okay, so they have 3 actions, so we're going to roll 3 d10s and they're going to do those things. We start combat with 1 shield from our vector cockpits. And this doesn't say it starts combat with anything in particular, so I guess it doesn't. Okay. So it gains a shield. Then restores 4 hull, it is already at max. Then restores more hull. Okay, so all it did was kind of power up, but that's fine. So I need to mark off a fuel because we moved hexes. Now Aoi can spend 4 fuel to give us an extra action die this fight, so I'm going to do that. I think that's worth it. There are other settlements. Yeah, like we can get to this settlement up here if we need to refuel, so I think that's fine. I'm just gonna mark off 4 fuel there, so we're down to 15 fuel, and we have 3 action dice. We also have 2 extra action dice while our ship is at 20 hull. So this first round, because it didn't actually attack us, we're rolling 5 action dice. Okay, what can we do with this? So, repair drones. That's not very useful, really. Lots of repair drones, actually. But we're not damaged, so that's annoying. And then for the 5, we deal 3 damage ignoring shields. Do I have anything that lets me reroll things? So I can reroll when I'm escaping space combat. Ideally, I want to be able to reroll some of these useless ones, because having my repair drones activate 4 times before being damaged is not ideal. Okay, but still, I deal 3 damage ignoring shields. So they're on 17 hull and 1 shield. Shields completely negate an attack, so it is good that my only means of dealing damage actually bypasses shields. Now it's the enemy's turn, so they have 3 actions still. They are going to deal damage 3 times. They're going to deal 2 damage, this will wipe out... I suppose I should have rolled them 1 at a time, because the first attack is going to be absorbed by my shield. Let's just say white, red, black. I'll always use that order. So the first attack wipes out my shield. The second one deals 2 damage. And then the third one deals 3 damage. Okay, my turn. So I'm now damaged, so I'm rolling 3 dice rather than 5 dice. Okay, so I just get repair drones. Yeah, it'd be really great if I had a way to reroll these. I think there were some ship modules that let you reroll dice. Let's have a look. Yeah, the hover propulsors, that was the other thing I considered as my engine. The hover propulsors let you reroll one action die per turn. That would be quite nice. In fact, the hover propulsors might be better than the velocity rockets, because the velocity rockets give you 2 extra action dice, but only while your ship is at full hull. Whereas the hover propulsors, that's a every turn effect. Oh well. Okay, right, that was me. Now for the enemy. So they gain a shield. Every time they gain a shield, they restore 1 hull. Then they are going to deal damage. And then they're going to restore all their hull. Uh, 6 damage. No, it wasn't 6, it was 4. Okay, I restore my hull again, and then I have a 6, which a 6 does nothing, because I have actions on a 2 to 4 and actions on a 3 to 5. Oh, I was dumb. These ranges overlap, don't they? So I could actually have used some of those. I'm a fool. I could have used some of those repair drone ones as lasers. I just saw the 2 to 4. I was like, 2 to 4 means repair drones, but no. 3 and 4 could also mean lasers. Okay, I'm not going to retroactively do damage, but let's say that I got repair drones once this turn, and then I fired once. Okay, right. Let's just remember going forwards I can actually sometimes fire. Okay, they gain a shield. And so 1. Gain an extra action next round. And 10. Gain another shield. Okay, right, I am now full health again. So a 1 does nothing. 6s do nothing. 5, that is damage. This guy restores his full hull again. So he also gained a shield. I'm not going to bother tracking his shield because my weapon ignores shields. So that was... Yep, that's all of his stuff. Okay, multiple rounds into the fight, we're both at full health. Okay, right, can't use the 6. Then I have a 2, that restores hull, already at full hull, so that is useless. But then I have, right, another 2. But I have 2 3s, so that is 6 damage. Right, now his turn, he gets an extra action. Okay, right, we've got a 1, that is another extra action. We have another 1. We have a 6. And a 10. Right, 1 doesn't do anything, 3 is damage, 4 is damage, 4 is damage, and 5 is damage. Okay. So I'm dealing 12 damage, ignoring his shields. Now he gets 2 bonus actions. Okay, so start with a 7. Gains 1 shield. Restores hull. Then restores 4 hull. deals damage. Okay, so this is going to be 4 damage. I still don't have a shield. Yeah, I don't have anything that generates shields. Okay, then he has 7, so that's a shield. And then a 5, so that's 4 hull. Okay, that's annoying. I dealt 12 damage and he recovered almost all of it. Right, what have we got? 6 doesn't do anything. 4 could restore me to full health, or it could do damage. So I could heal up and do 3 damage, or I could do 6 damage. I think let's do 6 damage. Okay, so he's dealing damage and restoring hull, and okay, so he's very slightly. Overall, I dealt 1 point of damage to him this round. Annoying, and I took another 4 points. Feels like kind of pretty evenly matched in terms of damage output and healing capacity, so the fight is a bit of a slog. Okay, right, so that has to be used for healing. And this has to be used for damage. Might have to flee the fight just because I simply can't deal enough damage to take this guy out. Okay, so he's doing damage and healing up. So he's getting 5 more hull. So he's nearly full health again, and I'm slowly being beaten up. Yeah, it's annoying, but I think I do have to flee the space combat because it's just going to drag on. He seems to have very slightly higher average damage output than me. Like I do have this barrel roll ability where I can spend 2 fuel to deal plus grace damage on my next attack, which would be plus 3 damage. But I'm not sure that would have actually tipped the scales. And 2 fuel a time, that's quite a lot. Suppose we can try sticking around for a couple more rounds. Okay, let's do it. So I will do a barrel roll. Spend 2 fuel and get plus 3 damage on my next attack. And this round is almost a complete whiff. We heal up, but that's it. Whereas he is going to deal 2 damage. And, yeah, he's back to full health. Okay, we're leaving the space combat. We need more powerful weapons, or some means of generating shields. Let's just see what other modules could be useful. So it'll be the systems, I think. Let's just see, can we have... Yeah, I think we can have multiple weapons and stuff. Just thinking it would be good to have something which activates on a 1 or on a 6, because those are currently dead rolls for us. So the breach system here, on a 1 or a 2, all enemy ships have -1 action during their next turn. That'd be pretty nice. The quantum system lets us teleport a PC inside an enemy ship to go and actually take them out with like fists and guns and that sort of thing. Solar panels, on a 1 or a 2 we can get an extra action die. On a 6, disruptor beams, we can destroy all enemy shields. Our weapon ignores shields, that's not relevant here. The Aegis generator, on a 5 or a 6, gain 3 shield. That's pretty good. Sorry, no, it's not Aegis. I learned recently it's pronounced Aegis, which is not how I thought that word was read. But okay, so we have an Aegis generator. That'd be pretty good, but it is also quite expensive. And then if we wanted to get some more weapons, the Berserk turrets activate on any die roll. That'd be really good then. The glaive lasers activate any die roll, ignore shields. Okay. I think having the glaive lasers and... in that case, we'd kind of want the glaive lasers to trigger on a high roll. Maybe like the breach system and the glaive lasers would be a good combo, because then we have the one is covered by the breach system, and the glaive lasers cover the 6, and also I guess we could even replace our spark multi-lasers with glaive lasers. They're just a strict upgrade. Yeah, let's have a look at settlements again. There's something about selling stuff. Okay, you can sell your modules for half of their scrap cost. Okay, so the spark multi-lasers we would get 35 scrap. The glaive lasers we need 200 scrap. So we currently have 30. Okay, so we need like 165 scrap. And also 7 experience points. Okay, well, I'll add that to the to-do list. But we need to escape this space combat, actually. So let's do that. Escaping space combats. So it's an opposed grace roll. It says it's just the same as the initiative roll. So I think it's my turn now. Yes, because they just healed up. Okay, we succeed on that roll. So we get away, and I guess we're just jumping over into the next hex. We'll mark off another point of fuel. Let's note down that we encountered the ship again. So we fought for a bit, but we're too evenly. It's what is it? What's the problem? Like it didn't crush us. Felt the battle could have gone either way, but they were just consistently doing a little bit more damage than we were. We can capture the ship again and exchange weapons fire. We're pretty evenly matched. But they just slightly outclass us in damage. Or outclass us in a battle of endurance. And so we fled. Yeah, what did we actually get from space combat? That's a good question. I was sure we got scraps from space combat, but we don't. So I think we just get. Let's see. I think we just get loot, the same as we do from regular combat, and the loot is somewhere. Loot. Yeah, after defeating an enemy in combat or after destroying an enemy ship, you can roll for loot. So this was a medium encounter, I think. Yes, we have the 3 dots, which means medium for some reason. So we'd have rolled 2d6 on the loot rewards table. So it's not amazing. Like, scrap does seem very hard to come by. which is a shame because it's the main way of upgrading stuff. Right, I believe we're now in Hex. Yeah, let's jump to Hex 2. We've not been to Hex 2 before. Okay, we're now in the inner ring. We've encountered a few things here. Let's see what we've got. 6. A faction encounter. Okay, roll a d10. 7. It's the ISF. We're never going to encounter the wargs. Okay, what's our ISF rep? I believe it's positive. Okay, cool. So, roll for a neutral encounter if you have 0 or higher favour with the faction, and hostile encounter if you have negative favour. Okay. So we'll get a neutral ISF encounter. Two. You cross paths with a Shell 4 transporter, a fortified merchant ship carrying supplies to an ISF outpost on a nearby planet. Maybe it's... I guess there's a few planets around here. It could be any of these. The ship's captain, a veteran ISF sentinel, contacts you through a hologram message. His voice is mature yet gentle. He has a carbon eye patch over his right eye and a long grey beard. He encourages you to dock to his vessel and trade with them. You may buy any armor set, weapon, or weapon mod from the ship. Okay, let's go have a look at the weapon mods. So thankfully we buy these with serum, not scrap. How many mods can we have in a weapon? Let's see. Each weapon can have up to 2 unique weapon mods. Yes, which makes sense because we have 2 slots here. Okay. So we have 429 serum. My blaster, I have a reflex sight, which deals an additional +2 damage if I have higher grace than the enemy. That's quite nice. Oh, bit of a back at full energy. Okay, so auto reloader. You may spend 3 energy to attack with this weapon using a side action instead of a main action. I guess that means I could, in principle, attack twice in a turn, so long as I have the energy to spend for it. Ooh, smart aim. When attacking with this weapon, roll base damage twice and keep the highest results. That's pretty good. That doesn't cost energy, that's just roll damage with advantage. Okay, I'm definitely buying that. So, that drops us down to 279 serum. Okay, it was any armor set, weapon, or weapon mod. What does Owie have? Owie has an ion carbine. Which deals grace-based damage, but she has 0 grace. I think she just has it because it's a D10 damage. So the smart aim would be a good improvement for this, given she has, you know, no grace. We could afford it. Yeah. Okay, we'll give Owie smart aim as well. Okay, cool. Do we get a name for this merchant? Let's turn to our name table. You can't just buy money from someone, buy weapons from someone. We need to have a name. Okay, his voice is mature yet gentle. He has a carbon eye patch over his right eye. So roll for a masculine name then. Davos. Let's see, how did we note down the previous faction encounter? Yes. Which we noted down which one it was. Okay. So what exactly was going on here? They were on their way to a nearby planet. Yeah. So we encounter a fortified ISF ship on their way to a nearby planet and dock to trade. Owie and I come away with new smart aim mods for our guns. And let's see. So we encounter a fortified ISF ship on their way to a nearby planet, and the captain, Davos, invites us to dock and trade. Owie and I come away with new smart aim mods for our guns. Okay, not bad. So let's see, how much fuel do we have? We have 12 fuel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Was this Hex 8? Was that our ISF, previous ISF encounter? Yes, it was. I'll put this to bring this to the front. Okay, we're slowly checking off hexes here. Okay, so I think fuel is getting low, but isn't a massive concern. So I think we can jump to this hex here, and then we have an ad break coming up. So let's just jump to the hex, whatever this is, hex 10. Okay, make sure this was the right one. Yep. So we didn't stop here before, but evidently there's a settlement here. So I'll just note down that this has happened, and then we will have a break for a few minutes and come back after the ads. I've already forgotten what hex it was. It's 8, I believe. 10. Ugh. Okay, right, I'll see you after the ads. Hey, we're back from out of jail. Right, so we have come to Hex 10. I need to mark off one point of fuel. Because here in Hex 10 is Suletta, a out-of-work medic. She is creepy, wears a blood-stained shirt, and believes that the apocalypse was caused by an omnipotent divine being. She is a member of the Church of the Traveller, which I just lifted entirely from Traveller. It's a weird cult of people who believe that God travels the universe in disguise and must be found. How God must be found is not particularly specified in the scriptures or the common beliefs. Some adherents treat everyone with generosity and kindness in case they're interacting with God. Others, like Suletta, stab everyone they meet in case they can liberate God from his flesh prison. So she is a bit weird, but is a medic. I guess there are relatively few jobs where you can like cut holes in people without being arrested or killed. So it makes sense that she'd become a medic with this habit. But anyway, she is here. She lives in a small mining / scavenging settlement. So Ximena is a Gaian planet. That's the big, like, dusty, rocky ones that were previously the sites of great mines and so on. And so she lives in a small settlement that kind of gets by picking things out of the rubble and selling it to like passing traders. So let's go find a Gaian planet. Gaian planets are dry and rocky, with sand deserts taking up most of their surface. Despite their arid nature, they were extensively settled by the ancient galactic empires due to the precious jewels found below surface level. Many Gaian planets were terraformed, introducing water and plant life into their ecosystem. I guess the terraforming has failed now. So, if this small settlement makes their living by trade, they must presumably have some sort of beacon or something you can pick up from space. So, we will detect the beacon and head into land. And we find ourselves at an oasis hidden among a Mesa valley. It has indigo-coloured water that is hallucinogenic. If people live here, then presumably they either just deal with the hallucinations or maybe they have some sort of filtering setup. I think filtering setup makes sense. So there must also be nearby ruins if that's what they scavenge. So let's say that we come down to an oasis hidden in a valley, and result number 3 is an underground city. So maybe they're near one of these underground cities, or something like that, and that's what they scavenge. Pick up the beacon Celeste told me about and come into land. I want to say it's kind of precarious, that maybe we're like weaving between rock formations to come down. So this is a precarious flight weaving between rock formations before we set down in a hidden valley next to an indigo-coloured hidden valley with an oasis. A hidden oasis valley with indigo-coloured water. Water and plants. The people live in small crude, I guess, like sandstone and mud brick houses. And the ruins of ancient technology. Form an odd contrast to this primitive looking village. I don't think we like see ancient city or something nearby, but we can infer there must be something nearby, which is where they get this stuff from. And probably they must have some merchants who come by pretty regularly, and I feel like probably newcomers are relatively rare. There aren't that many people traveling through space in this setting, it seems. Most people kind of stick to their settlement. So probably someone comes out to investigate the newcomers, and probably someone comes out prepared to drive us off if need be. So I'm thinking there's like a head of the village or something who has like two or three big guys with guns. And firstly, I'm wondering, since I'm a desperado, I'm used to dealing with weapons and presumably like improvising weapons and that sort of thing. I wonder if I can tell something about the weapons these guys have, which I'm guessing would be maybe tech. Just grab another copy of the PDF. 3 copies of a rulebook is never enough. Let's see what the stats are used for. So vigor is like using weapons. Mind is reasoning and knowledge. I think vigor. You know, the weapon using skill, it makes sense to also use that to see what I can determine about some weapons. So I'm going to make a vigor roll to see if I can infer anything about like what sort of guns these guys have. Like, are they actually functioning guns, or are they just showpieces? I succeeded that roll, so I can determine something, and I'm going to roll on the Oracle to see, like, are these... So the question I'm going to ask is, are these, like, actually good guns? No. But... So I guess the but is okay. So we see some guy come out. I don't think like the emissary is holding a weapon, but he has 3 big guys with him who are holding weapons, and it looks like they're holding pretty serious guns. But with my keen eye, I think I can tell that while they are holding real guns, the weapon mods on them are fake or like non-functional or something. So it would still definitely be a bad idea to fight these guys, but they're also putting on a show to make themselves look better than they really are. An emissary and 3 bulky bodyguards holding guns come out to greet us or drive us off. I can I size them up. And can tell... Oh, I size them up and notice that their guns are... That though the guns are real... Though the guns are real enough, the mods on them look fake. The mods on them are just for show. Okay, let's get some details of this emissary. I feel this is probably going to be a fairly positive interaction if they're used to trading with people, but I do definitely want to roll for like reaction and that sort of thing to see how this person acts. The emissary is... Okay, right, so let's roll for a name and also whether it is a feminine, neutral, or masculine name. It is a feminine name, and the name is Cherry. Okay. I don't think we'll really get an emotion. Let's just go for like a look, reaction, and style. Maybe if we get to know Cherry, we might get some more of the details. Yeah, look, reaction, style, I think is a good starting point. So, D12, okay, and style. They are wearing serum jewelry. So serum is the currency here. So I guess this would be a sign of wealth. See, I've got a question. Is it a lot of serum? No. Okay. The emissary Cherry wears small pieces of serum jewelry. The fact that the jewelry is small and the weapon mods are fake is giving me the feeling here that this place is actually not as successful as they would like. Okay. The reaction is aggressive. Okay. And the style is feminine, which fits with the jewelry. So I won't note down that particular then. I suppose aggressive could just be like, you know, assuming that we're here to rob them, and so it's like, you better not try anything or we'll shoot you. And then we can placate them by saying like, no, we're not here to rob you or anything. The emissary Cherry wears small pieces of serum jewelry. Aggressively demand to know our business. Let's rephrase this. So the emissary Cherry aggressively demands to know our business. She wears small pieces of serum jewelry. That, along with the fake weapon mods, has me wondering, is business not so good perhaps? I guess business isn't that good anywhere, really, if you're not in one of the factions. There's going to be a social interaction, which I can't remember what that is. I think that might be Grace, maybe? Let's have a look at the character sheet again. There's a specific section on like social interactions. Yeah. Okay, so social stats. Vig would be authority, bravery, or intimidation. So I guess a Vig in this case would be like, hey, stop waving those guns around. I like holster my gun. It's like we don't want to start anything here. Grace is subterfuge, street smarts, or charm. I could be charming, I suppose, or I guess maybe my street smarts more likely, since I feel as a desperado I may be used to dealing with other desperate people. It's kind of in the name. Mind is philosophy, diplomacy, or ideology. I'm not good at that. Tech is logic, rhetoric, or debate. I'm also not very good at that. What's Aoi good at? Aoi is very good at philosophy, diplomacy, or ideology. So maybe I, like my hand starts going to my gun, but Aoi steps forward and is going to make a mind roll here. Now we actually have space here to note down characters. I don't know. I kind of like putting them down here with all the details. Okay, Aoi can make a mind roll. I suppose we should also get some stats. Let's turn to our enemy database and see what we've got. I think these bodyguards probably aren't as good as like actual mercenaries, so they may be maybe like as tough as a looter, perhaps. No, I've got edge welders. Okay. These, yeah, okay. Maybe these guys are edge welders. Human tribes have lived disconnected from the rest of civilization since the fall of the old world. Let's just skim through and see what we've got here. So I think this emissary is going to be a merchant. Yeah, let's say the emissary is a merchant and her 3 bodyguards are edge welders. So she has 2 mind. Not really, it doesn't really feel like like an opposed situation. Like this person doesn't want to fight, one would assume. So yeah, I'm not going to oppose this. It's just gonna be a normal roll for Aoi. Okay, so Aoi succeeded. She got a 9 versus a difficulty of 7, so she is able to defuse the situation. So Aoi steps forward and says, we're not here looking for trouble. We're just looking for someone we met off-world. Now, question, how is Cherry connected to Suletta? Are they directly related? Like, closely related? Yes. Is Cherry Suletta's mother? Yes. Okay. Okay, right. And let's see. Let's say that so after reassuring her that we're not looking for trouble, we are brought into like a meeting place or something. There's maybe like a small building that they use for negotiations, like not her home, just like a, you know, little meeting room. So we're brought into a negotiation room, and gives our story. Explain that we met Suletta. Oh, I met Suletta. Probably don't explain how I met Suletta, like, given that she tried to stab me. So I explained that I met Suletta and on... what was the name of the station we were on? Met Suletta at the Andromeda Palace. Or on the Andromeda Palace, I suppose. And I've come here to find her. To offer her a job on my ship as medic. How does Suletta feel? Not Suletta. How does Cherry feel about this? She like, you've come to steal my daughter away from me? I think now is the time to get an emotion for her. Like, what's her general impulse? How does she approach the world? 17. Okay, she's impulsive. Okay, that doesn't really help here. And her reaction to hearing this is helpful. Okay. Does she not like Suletta? Is that it? No, she likes Suletta. Okay. Maybe she wants Suletta. Maybe Suletta's just kind of like hanging around here, not really having much to do. Like helpful. The vision I'm kind of getting is a parent like, oh, thank God someone's come to take my like layabout child and give them a real job. Cherry says that she is Suletta's mother. I don't really know how I would react to that. Okay. But she calls in Suletta, I guess. Let's go with that. Let's go with what it said. So Cherry says that she's Suletta's mother and thinks it is about time she got a real job. Since she's helpful, I think she'll probably give Suletta an ultimatum, which is, or just tell Suletta. So mechanically, we need to do one more favor for Suletta before she'll agree to join our crew. If we get her before that point, we'll have to pay her, and I don't really have much money. So I think probably she's like, what do these people need to do to get you to join their crew, or something like that. Or she's like, Suletta, I think this is a good idea, you should do this. What is Suletta's third request? How can we maybe we can work this in. Maybe the reason Suletta is back home is something to do with this request. 42. Transport to a Sylvanian planet to experience the wild fauna. We've not found any such planets, and I don't really want to take that because we might not find that place. 11. Transport to an Ecumenopolis from which they fled. Okay, another planet. I might just have to pick something. A bulletproof vest. Okay, I'll join your crew if you give me a bulletproof vest. Let's see, what is Slutter's deal? Her goal is to find true freedom. Are any of these requests like maybe related to true freedom? Let's see what we got here. None of these really feel like related to true freedom. It is maybe a bit. It is pushing the rules a bit, but maybe what she asks for is she wants to leave this star system. Not because there's anything like bad about it, but because like she doesn't have a means to, and it is very unlikely that she will. So she will go with us if we promise to take her out of the system with us. Let's see how we actually travel out system. Let's see, campaign mode. You need to find a warp drive. How do you get a warp drive? Okay, so you can find a warp drive on an asteroid. Reaching 7 favour with a faction will also reward you with a warp drive if you haven't already acquired one. Okay. Transport mission. So an ISF transport mission number 8 can get us a warp drive. An ISF neutral encounter can get us a warp drive. Okay, so there are a couple of ways to get warp drives. The easiest way is probably to get a load of rep with a faction then. Okay, I think I'm willing to stretch the rules enough to do this. Also, given that Solita's goal is true freedom, maybe her mother wants Solita gone, but not because she's like, oh, finally time for my labout does to get a real job, but because she knows that Solita doesn't like being cooped up at home, that she's only here because she has nowhere else to be. So, Cherry calls in Solita and... let's see. How do we summarize this conversation? Like, it's a weird conversation. We just show up and like, we're here to take your daughter off on an adventure, and she helps us, complete strangers, with this. Let's just step out of like direct like summary. Let's just abstract the writing a bit. Conversation summary. There we go. So Suletta is only here because she feels she has to be. She actually wants to be free to explore the universe. Cherry knows this. Suletta knows this. Each knows that the other knows that they know. I guess we managed to show that we are reasonable people. So we show ourselves to be good people, and Cherry's satisfied that Suletta should sign up to travel with us. Suletta agrees with the caveat, or with the condition, that we take her out of the star system at the earliest opportunity. I guess I explained that, you know, we're pretty far off that. We don't have a warp drive yet, but that is what we're working towards. So, okay, read this out. So, conversation summary is that Suletta is only here because she feels she has to be. She actually wants to be free to explore the universe. Cherry knows this, Suletta knows this, each knows that the other knows, etc. We show ourselves to be good people, and Cherry is satisfied that Suletta should sign up to travel with us. Suletta agrees with the condition that we take her out of this star system at the earliest opportunity. So, I guess, like, mechanically, well, not exactly mechanically, like, whatever. If we get the warp drive and then hang around too much, I think Suletta would leave. So I think we kind of have to be actively making progress towards getting this warp drive, and then we have to actually leave the system when we get it. Otherwise, she won't stick around. So I explained that we're far from that. We don't even have a warp drive yet, but it is our goal. This satisfies her, and Suletta joins the crew. Okay, right. So let's see. She has 3 out of 3 affinity. Promise to take her out of the star system ASAP. Right, so hiring crew members, recruiting connections. Choose to recruit them as a crew member. Okay. Okay, right, let's work out what she's got. So Suletta is a medic. She'll kind of need a mechanic, but, you know, having a medic is good too. So she has a Hack Ember, 2 health packs, a Supernova Physic. Hey, we've also got a Supernova Physic. The passive ability is that all crew under 10 HP heal back to 10 HP at the end of each cycle. And let's see, so we have to pick an ability, or a skill rather, and the others will be locked until I spend loads of XP to unlock them. I think first aid is good. Spend 2 energy to restore 2d10 plus mind HP, so that'd be 2d10 plus 3 HP to your character or an ally. Scribble out the others then. Alright, nice. So that's our first objective done. So we have hired a medic. We do still want a mechanic, but you know, no leads on that so far. Suletta doesn't have any weapons. That's unfortunate. I also need to add to my to-do list, convince Aoi that it's okay for me to have trigger fingers. Because I bought this mod, but I'm not able to use it because... this cybertech rather, but I'm not able to use it because she hates cybertech. And it would be very nice to have plus d6 damage for ranged weapons until the end of fight. Okay. Yes, it is a very unprofessional finger obsession. I agree completely. Okay, so let's see. Since we're here, we could hop over to Hex 24 and see what is there. I'd still like to find a Warg settlement if I can. If not, we might join up with the Synth Arch. So let's take off and spend a point of fuel to head out to Hex 24. Right, this is cycle 17. This is an outer ring encounter, so what have we got? I like how every single hex across every ring has a 1 in 6 chance of being a settlement, and we've encountered 2 settlements so far. I feel like we should have got more. Oh well. Right, so this is a neutral encounter. So roll a d6 to see what sort of neutral encounter. 3, a cargo transport. It's cargo transport encounter number 1. An orange and red beluga transporter crosses your path, run by an old artisan gunsmith. You stare at the ornate weapon designs that decorate the walls of his workshop while he offers to trade his wares. You may buy any weapon or weapon mod from him. Okay, let's not use the big ship icon for this. Let's use something else. Let's get my ship tokens up. Okay, well, we don't have much money. I have 129 serum. So it would be nice to buy... Let's see, is there any weapon? Yeah, it would be nice to buy a weapon for Suletta. Let's have a look. Okay, we could buy her a small gun, I suppose. Actually, we can get everything other than a pulse rifle or a gravity rifle. Feel like Suletta being a medic who stabs people, like her weapon should be like a scalpel or something. Yeah, I'm inclined to spend 100 serum to get her a carbon dagger, which we will just flavour as like a carbon scalpel with a stealth grip. I feel that's very fitting. Okay, let's just note down the weapon first. D6 plus Gra. She only has one grace, so it's not the most amazing. It has a stealth grip, which means well, I'll just copy it over here. It's a little bit wordy to explain. We've also got the smart aim, which I'll copy out as well. So we're held by a brightly painted beluga transporter, run by a crazy old guy who makes and sells any weapon imaginable. To welcome Suletta to the crew, I buy her a carbon scalpel. Yeah. It's never going to come up again, but what's the name of this crazy old guy? I rolled Lirio, but I don't really like that. Let's go for Lance, the one above it. Merlin, the one below it, is also very tempting, but let's just go for Lance. So we're held by a brightly coloured beluga transporter, piloted by a crazy old guy, Lance, who makes and sells any weapon imaginable. To welcome Celeste to the crew, I buy her a carbon scalpel. Just what she's always wanted. Okay, let's make our way around to the settlement again, because we need to refuel. We don't have much money, so refueling is actually going to be tricky. I think it's 3 serum per unit of fuel. We need to buy 10, so we can't actually fully refuel unless we make some more money. Oh well. Right, so let's jump back to that one. there any moons here? No, there's no moons. Okay, so we just passed by Ximena. Now we'll go up to 9, and we'll pass through 8. What was hex 9? Okay, move up to hex 8. This was an ISF ship, I believe. Yeah. I guess probably the ISF ship isn't there since we've already encountered this and dealt with it. Let's just say it's empty space now that we've dealt with this thing. So let's put it upside down to indicate that we've done this thing. Right. So we do have a few bits of fuel left. What tool do I use to copy the PDF part so fast? It's just a screenshot. So in Windows 11. When you hit print screen, you can. One of the options is to like select a rectangle of screen, like this, like I just did, and that's what I do. I don't think I had to do anything to enable that behavior. I think it was just the default. There's a few options. There's like there's like the standard take a screenshot of the whole window, but there's also like rectangle or screen or even freeform, which is kind of interesting. Let's see what this looks like. Yep, I can cut out a blob of PDF if I want. I think I'll stick with the rectangle mode. Okay, so we still have some fuel. Let's check out hex 1. Actually, yeah. Let's check out hex 21, and then we can come back and check out hex 1, maybe, and then go to the settlements. So we shall jump to... Not really jump, we shall move to hex 21. I wonder what happens if we run out of fuel. Was it hex 21? Cycle 21, hex 21. The 21st hex... Not the 21st hex we visited. Or rather, not the 21st unique hex we visited, but our 21st movement takes us to the 21st hex, which is kind of neat. So this is another outer ring encounter. Very convenient if this is a settlement. But it is not. It is a hostile encounter. Oh no. Not even, 4. Mercenaries, okay. A chrome star predator ship with red flames painted on his exterior interceptor vessel. This is Agent 203H47 on a special... Isn't Agent 47 the hitman guy? Yes, Agent 47, okay. There are a few references in this which has been fun to kind of catch. Anyway, this is Agent 203H47 on a special bounty contract from Redacted. I must capture the pilot of the ship dead or alive. It's just business. The ship attacks right as the message ends. A star predator, that sounds like a dangerous ship. Let's get my ship database. A Star Predator is a difficult encounter. Yeah, we can't deal with this. Okay, I think we just have to escape. Right, so which was this? This was Mercenary 5. So a Star Predator demands that I turn myself over or die. Right, okay, let's go to space combat. So we get 1 shield. How many actions? This has 3 actions. Let's roll for initiative, and the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to try to flee from combat. Okay, it's going first. In that case, we are going for a boost escape. This will allow you to immediately flee the encounter without needing to win an escape roll at the cost of 5 fuel. You may do so at any point during a space battle, even during the enemy's turn. If we do this, we have 2 fuel left. We can then jump back to this hex, and then so we will arrive at the settlement with 0 fuel. So we hop back here. We need like a hostile ship symbol. Let's see. I mean, I guess I've just used the Star Cruiser hex for a lot of things. Let's keep that. Okay, so we spend 1. Yep. Okay. What was the settlement called? It was the one we met Suletta at. Andromeda Palace. So, Star Predator demands that I turn myself over or die. We spend almost all of our remaining fuel, leaving just enough to limp to the Andromeda Palace. Spend almost all of our remaining fuel on a boost escape. Okay, right, so we then move back through the ISF place, so we're down to 1 fuel, and then we'll get to 0 fuel when we jump into here. I keep saying jump because it's just so ingrained in my mind that a space hex map that you spend a certain amount of fuel to move between hexes is obviously Traveller, and therefore we are obviously doing jumps. But that's not the case. We're just flying around. Okay, right. So we go to Andromeda Palace, and this is Hex 7. Cycle 23. Right. How much does fuel cost? So when we dock, our hull is fully restored. You can refuel spending 3 serum per unit of fuel. So we only have 29 serum. Maybe I shouldn't have bought the fancy scalpel. So we get 9 fuel, which is really not much. So So we can sell things. Like, we do have some stuff. This is a Corsair settlement, so we could sell the narcobiotics. How much do they cost? Where does it say their price? It's here, right? Okay. There might actually be a way we can make money. Let's see. So they do have missions. But these missions just get you reputation with the faction. They don't actually get you money. I can certainly make up that something happens that gets us money. Oh, we have ads starting soon. I missed that we'd got to that point. Okay, we'll have a break. Me back after the ads. Okay, we're back from ads. That ad break snuck up on me. I didn't notice it coming up. Okay, so yes, we could get some money in cyberspace. That's also an option. I spotted there's where was it? Like a digital serum vault or something. Yeah, here we go. Containing 75 serum. I think there's also one with like 50 serum. Yeah, so we can maybe go into cyberspace and just wander around and hopefully get some money. We could sell some stuff. Like we could sell our drugs. That's another option. Let's see, what drugs do we actually have? So we have this Vesterone stimulants, which grants +1 grace until the next cycle. We have these testosterone hormones, grants +1 vig until the next cycle, and we have this supernova physic, which grants +2 to a stat of your choice until the next cycle. They're all potentially useful, so I'd rather not sell them. Also, we wouldn't really get much money from them. So yeah, I guess we'll try cyberspace. I suppose we could also just make up a mission, perhaps. Right, like take some inspiration from one of these side quests and just have it be a thing that gets us money rather than reputation. Though I think, let me look at the faction missions. I feel like the faction missions might be a way to make money as well, but you need to... Let's see. Yeah, money seems really hard to come by, unless I'm missing something. Let me just have a quick look at the index. Serums, that's the explanation for it. Yep. Yeah, two things of vital importance, scrap and serum, and they seem quite hard to get. Yep, let's go into cyberspace, I suppose. Right, this costs 5 energy. And roll d6 to see what map we get. 5. Okay, so this is quite a nice map because the entry points are right next to the matrix nodes. So I guess I will come in here. And I need my cool green for cyberspace marker. So I will immediately go down to this matrix node. And I will roll my d66. Let's have the 10s die is going to be the 5, and the 1s die is going to be the... Sorry, the 10s die is going to be the red, and the 1s die is going to be the white. 61, matrix node. That is a broken tesseract. Can be repaired with 100 scraps. What does a tesseract do? It was a quest item, I believe. Tesseract, a cyan-coloured hologram in the shape of a 4D cube. You can spend it to restore 3 energy for each of your cybertech implants. I wonder if I could sell that. It doesn't have a specific value listed, but I don't know. Okay. Broken Tesseract. Let's add that to my inventory. I'm not really sure how exactly I get physical items out of cyberspace. Somehow I do. Like, do I just wake up, unplug myself, and it's there in my hand? Don't know. Okay, anyway. Right, so we've been there. Now, we could play it safe and go back up here. rather than going. So we could go like around this way, or could play it slightly safe by going up here, in which there's no encounter. Get it delivered. Maybe I actually hack into someone's brain, and this dead-eyed person just shows up with the broken 4-dimensional cube and just wordlessly drops it off. So yeah, I think I'm going to go up here. So intentionally not having an encounter down here, and then we shall go down here. Now we have a cybersphere encounter. That is 65. A lost copy of the old world's greatest role-playing game. The old world's greatest role-playing game. Is this Dungeons and Dragons? I found a D&D rulebook. Okay, I'm not going to bother noting that down. Like Dungeons and Dragons, 9th edition. $63. This red die's rolling a lot of 6s. A synth apostle spreading arch sympathy online. -1. There's -1 synth arch rep. Okay. But why? I don't want to lose reputation with them. Now they don't like me. I just encounter some guy spreading like religious propaganda, and I'm like, sorry man, I've got places to go. And he's like, you will burn for this. Okay, well, onwards. We just disrespect him on a forum, and he's very mad. Roll vigor, or be electrocuted. My vigor is 2. I succeeded. I am not electrocuted then. Good. Okay. Now we'll head up here. This trip into the cybersphere is going pretty well. Other than the synth arch now disliking me, apparently. $66. A rogue Medusa master hacker leaking sex data. +1 Medusa. Yep, +1 Medusa rep. Okay. Now I can head down into this matrix node. Please be money or something I can sell. $55. 2 nightmare keys or 3 net links. Okay. Nightmare key. Highly destructive computer virus. You can spend it to breach an enemy for 5 turns, or force an enemy ship to skip their next turn. Whoa. And there were 2 of them. I could make an enemy ship skip 2 turns, or 3 net links. What does a net link do? Unmark 3 cells in your cybersphere memory clock, so it lets me wind back time. I'm going for the nightmare keys. Like, wow, that's pretty amazing. I guess I'm out of inventory space. I can say that I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. I'll just sort it out when I'm, you know, back in the physical world. If need be, I will drop my soda on the ground so that I can have the super powerful computer viruses. I'm holding like 2 floppy disks with a frowny face on. Okay, right, and then I move to the exit point and get out of cyberspace in plenty of time. Okay, so nothing I could actually sell, which is sad. Hmm. I just quickly googled like ASTROPRISMA how to get serum to make sure I wasn't missing something, and I found a Reddit thread from 2 years ago where someone's like, I'm gonna house rule making it harder to get serum because I have too much money. Like, oh my god. I mean, this was 2 years ago, maybe the rules did change since then, but yeah. I have so little money and it's so hard to get money. Okay, let's do a combat drill. Try to get a bonus in the next space combat. Let's see, this should have gone up by 3. No, this, I spent 5. It was a 20, I spent 5, now I'm spending 3 more. So let's do a combat drill. I failed. Okay. Like, the missions don't really seem like they would really give much opportunity to get money. So I'm not super inclined to just pick up a mission. Yeah, I think I just have to fly around someone, hopefully find someone to fight and then kill them and then either get serum or loot I can sell for serum. So, okay, I guess let's just go 1 tile south into hex number 1 and see what we find down here. So, okay, let's sum up what we did here. We refueled. So, yeah, we refueled, had a quick stop. Okay, Hex 1. This is an inner ring. It is a hostile encounter. It is not a hostile encounter. So if the result is a 1, you don't encounter anything this time. Leave the tile blank and make an exploration roll again next time you encounter it. I mean, I kind of want to just find what's here, so I'm going to keep flying around, I suppose, until I encounter something. Another hostile encounter. This time it's a 5. Spacefarers. A xenobiologist flies towards a nearby Corsair settlement in his Scarab Interceptor ship. He has escaped a research facility with a rare alien specimen and intends to sell it on the black market for a good amount of serum. Okay, I can kill this guy and sell his rare alien specimen. Money problem solved, maybe. Let's see, a Scarab Interceptor. What does that look like? Here we go. This is an easy encounter, apparently. So it's hostile encounter, Spacefarers 1. Okay, let's kill this guy and loot his ship. Okay, initiative roll. So he has 3 actions and we have 3 grace. It's a tie. Let's re-roll. He goes first. Okay. Right, so what's he gonna do? He is going to gain 1 shield. I don't care about shield. He is going to gain another shield, and then he's going to try to escape space combats. See, escaping combats is an opposed grace roll again. Yeah. He does not manage to escape combat. Okay, my turn. I don't think I can spend fuel to get extra dice or do extra damage because I don't have the fuel to spare. So we just have the let's see, we have 4 action dice, which is pretty good. Okay, and how much hull does this Scarab Interceptor have? It has 20 hull, okay. Right, so 6s, we can't do anything with 6s. We have a 4 and a 3, we can spend both of those on damage. So it was on 20, and we're dealing 6 damage. Okay, his turn again. He is going to gain... he can't actually heal. All he can do is gain shield, and my weapon bypasses shields, so that's very convenient. He gains 3 more shield, but that doesn't matter. Also, I started with 1 shield. I feel bad about beating this guy up, but I need money. Okay, right, so all of these dice go towards damage. So that's another 12 damage. It's like punching a child. It's It's not satisfying, but it has to be done. Okay, he attacks once, but my shield absorbs it, and then he gains some more shield. Okay, so I can't use these 3 dice. This one deals damage. Okay, I blow him up, but I don't feel good about it. Okay. Let's look at loot. Let's see, equipment, loot rewards. It was an easy encounter. 1. 25 serum. I can buy like 9 more fuel. I should also get some XP, I believe. How much XP do I get? XP. Yep, XP is gained by defeating enemies or destroying starships. You start at 0. Okay. How much do I gain? Is it 14 because that's what it says here? Or is that the cost of the ship? Yeah, that's the cost. Okay, it was an easy encounter, so I get 1 XP. Okay, right. And the encounter said he was smuggling an alien thing. Also, I need to put some stuff in my cargo hold because I'm running out of space here. So let's put the broken Tesseract in here. And so you could give a frag grenade to someone. No, everyone's kind of full on stuff. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, yes, it says he has a rare alien specimen. So let's say that I go through his ship. As you know, we destroy the ship and go through it, and we're going to find this alien specimen. Right. So we also had. I think I used this for a hostile encounter. Let's go for this one. Put it upside down because we've dealt with it. Okay, alien specimen. So we also find his diary, and the last entry is Wahaha. I shall be rich when I sell this alien settlement at the Corsair base in Hex number 7. So we encounter a Scarab Interceptor. Gunning it to the settlement. And he fires presumably he fires at us because this is a hostile encounter. So he fires at us. Make quick work of him. Oh, I guess it fires at us. Make quick work of the ship. And while losing it, to come across or find a refrigerated unit with some sort of strange alien inside. It doesn't look like it belongs. It looks like it was like stolen and put in here. So it doesn't look like it belongs. It was clearly stolen. Perhaps worth selling. Okay, and yes, I was going to look up house rules for getting scraps from ships. I'm just going to do that now. I'm just going to Google for it and see if anything comes up immediately. So I could, I suppose, just make something up right now. Let's see. Because it does feel dumb that I could blow up an entire spaceship and I get no usable spare parts from this. Let's go back to the loot table. That's a good point about boarding it and killing the captain. So I think it would make perfect sense to say, and I now have the ship if I do that. But that has just made me think. Generally, so the one way of getting scraps is to dismantle stuff, in which case you get half of its serum cost as scraps. So I could just say I get half the XP cost of a ship as scraps if we assume that I'm fully dismantling it, like there's nothing usable left. I don't think that's too game breaky. I think that feels okay on the face of it to me. So I'm gonna tentatively go for that. So let's make a little note here. So upon defeating a ship in space combat, fully destroy it to gain half of its serum cost as scrap. Because this matches the rules for dismantling things in the junkyard. So if we go to our settlement rules, scrapyard. So you may craft any weapon, mod, armor, drone, or grenade by spending scraps equal to its marked serum cost. You can acquire scraps by dismantling items from the aforementioned categories, so weapons, mods, armor, drones, and grenades, gaining scraps equal to half of the item's serum cost. And when it comes to ship modules, if you sell a module, you get half the scrap for its cost. So, yeah, selling or dismantling a thing and getting half of its value as scraps happens in other places in the system. So I feel okay with this for ships. So I fully dismantle the ship, which gets me, I guess let's round down, 167 scraps. So I have 197 here. And I guess we need to head back to the settlement to refuel again, because we've got a bit more money now. And yeah, I wanted to buy new ship modules, but I don't have enough XP for that. Also, this should have gone up by 3 because I'm on full health. Let's see, could we fly around a little bit? We could potentially get to Hex 5 here, and I don't really want to go down here because there's a Synth Arch settlement, and the Synth Arch don't like us anymore. I should be doing a better job of indicating which hexes have things in. Let's use red for hostile. Just move this out the way. So let's use red for hostile, and we can cross something out when it is dealt with. So up, where else was hostile? Here was hostile. Is there a red one of those? Oh, that's annoying. There isn't. There aren't red versions of everything. Okay, let's just go for. This can be our hostile ship thing. This one's not dealt with, so get rid of that. Hex 16. What was there? That was a neutral encounter. Okay. What about... Okay, 17. That was a faction encounter. What symbol we could use for faction encounters, perhaps? Not really. So, I guess just to show you what I'm working with here. Copy this. Get to some blank space. So, the game comes with a bunch of tokens, but we don't have all the colours for all the tokens, which is a little bit annoying. So you can see like the pinkish red ones, for instance, we don't have that for everything, which is quite sad. I mean, I could edit things myself, but it's annoying. Right, so do we have any other hostile ship encounters? This one up here in Hex 21, that was hostile, wasn't it? We've just been there. Yeah, that was a tough ship. What was Hex 24? That was the crazy weapon guy. What? 14 and 15. They're okay, so it might just be these ones that are the hostile ships that we've got. Okay, right. So here we are in Hex 1, we've dealt with this. I guess let's go back to the Corsairs. Which costs 1 fuel. Should also note down what we did, yep. Okay, so we have an alien corpse to sell. I need to work out how much this should be. So contraband is illegal cargo. Sells for 100 serum. it probably makes sense to treat this as contraband. So let's say that, yeah, it's contraband. We get 100 for it. We have 7 fuel, so we need to spend 39 to fully refuel. I sell the alien specimen to a dealer in such things and use the money to refuel the ship. I could go back into cyberspace, I suppose. I kind of want to go check out what's in Hex 36, though. So, I think what was confusing me in the last couple of sessions was, so we have these 2 bases here. We have the Wargs and the Corsairs, and if we look at the campaign rules, faction bases, they act like settlements, except they can only be accessed by faction members, and to be a member of a faction you need 2 rep with them. So initially I was thinking these hexes are kind of just impassable barriers because they have something in there that you can only access if you're a member of the faction. But actually I guess I could fly through this hex and just not stop at the station, not stop at the settlement. I think that makes sense. I feel that would maybe provoke a hostile encounter if I had negative rep with the Wargs, but I don't. So I think it makes sense to fly through there, and they'll like warn me off, but they're not going to shoot me out of the sky. So I'm going to go to 18 and then up to 36, which cost 2 fuel, so let's mark that off. Was it 18? I've immediately forgotten the small numbers. Yes, 18 and 36. And I should be fully recovered for energy now if I'm not already. Yep, there we go. Right, so it is outer ring again. Five, a planet. What sort of planet is it? So we've not visited all the planets in the system yet. We've also got a bunch of satellites we've not visited as well. So there is still plenty more exploration to be had. Okay, so we rolled for a planet. It is a ringed planet. A large planet that features a series of asteroids or ice rings orbiting it. How do we get an asteroid? Where are asteroids? Is an asteroid... an asteroid is a type of satellite. Okay. Right, so planets. It's a ringed planet, so let's find that. Let's get to our planet name generator. It is a planet called Skilla. I can only assume the Warg settlement is called Charybdis then. What sort of planet is it? It is an Aquarian planet. Alright, see this planet? Let's fly down to have a look around, and then we can roll for some sort of encounter. So we come down to an alien marine life research outpost, located in the diameter of an immense oceanic trench. So we come down to land at some sort of facility, some sort of ancient facility. Upon inspection, it looks like it was once a research outpost. I'm sure Suletta is happy to be here because this is exploration. So we get out the ship to explore. And a large abandoned submarine drifts over the ocean waves. Its rusty exterior, populated by algae and mollusks, has several holes through which seawater leaks into the inside of the submersible. You open the hatch and make your way to the interior. Okay, I think this is maybe a submarine that was, you know, part of this facility. That makes sense rather than just being two random things. So, on inspection, looks like it was once a research outpost. Who was it? Who spotted the thing? It could be me, Suletta, or Owie. I guess in that order, it's Suletta. Suletta shouts to get our attention, pointing off into the waves. There's a submarine there. Bobbing in the waves. With big holes in its hull. We make our way over to it. Actually, how do we make our way over to it? If this is in the waves, presumably we can't land our spaceship on it. So we need to somehow get there. We need to make like a raft or something, I think. Which could be vigor, I suppose, like physical exertion of making this raft. I am the most vigorous, so I will do that. Okay, I make a raft out of whatever is left in this abandoned research facility we found, and we make our way over. So I make a raft out of some large gas cylinders in the facility, and we make our way to the submarine. Amongst the wreckage, we find a few usable things. Those being, as it says, 2 energy cells and an electroxin capsule. Let's see, energy cell restores D6 plus tech energy, and an electroxin capsule plus 1 tech until the next cycle. Do I have inventory space for these things? Inventory is proving to be a bit of a challenge. I'm not sure if I should be like using stuff more, but it feels like I've not really needed to use any of this stuff. Like, I've not really felt that I'm hoarding things. It's just like all the drugs and stuff, they seem most useful in like combat and stuff, and that's actually not happened that much. So I guess we'll just leave behind the electroxin capsule since I don't have space for it in my inventory. My ship's cargo... okay, yeah, I can take it there. There is one... Well, I'm not on my ship at the moment. But I suppose if we like hand wave the inventory a little bit, I could just put it in my ship. But yeah. I wonder if I'm somehow just not doing as much combat as you're supposed to do in this game, because I don't have much XP. Money has been very hard to come by, and I'm also just amassing these like combat drugs and grenades and stuff with no use for them. It feels like I should be fighting more than I am. Probably that would happen if I actually got involved with the faction, started doing faction missions, because a lot of the things like go and sabotage something that belongs to another faction. But I'm still holding out hope I'll find a Warg base that I can actually visit and do a mission for them to join their faction. Because if not, it's going to be the Corsairs. They're the only alternative, now that the Syntharch don't like me. So the problem I'm having with the factions is I'm playing the campaign mode, which means that on this map, two faction bases existed at the beginning. We've got a big Corsair base here and a big Warg base here. And the way it works is these are settlements, but they are only accessible to faction members, which means you need to have like 2 reputation with the faction and have then done the mission to join the faction. Since I can't go in because I'm not a member, I'm looking for some way to actually get reputation with the Warg faction so I can join them, but I've not had a single Warg encounter at all in this system yet. The only other settlements I found, other than the starting bases, there's a Corsair one here, and there's a Syntharch one here. The Syntharch don't like me because of a random encounter I had in cyberspace in the Corsair settlement, so I don't really want to go to the Syntharch. And I don't really want to join the Corsairs because the very first encounter I had in the game was on this planet down here, and 2 space pirates nearly killed my NPC companion. So I'm not really a fan of the Corsairs, but I might have to join them just because there's no other alternative, unless there's like another faction based in one of these 3 unexplored hexes. Yeah, I could just join temporarily and then go and hopefully find a WAG settlement in another star system and like switch alignments, I suppose. Anyway, let's see. We are getting close to the end, close to time. So let's make our way down to Hex 5 here, see what it is, and then we'll wrap it up. So I don't believe there are any hostile encounters in any of these things. I marked the hostile ones red, so I'll just go down to 18 and then 17 and then 5. That's going to be 3 more fuel. Just note where we've gone. Not 28, 26. And then it was 18. Oops. Oh, yes. God, I can't count. Okay, 18, and then the numbers, they confuse me. So it was 18, and then 17, and now we're in 5. Okay, okay. What have we got in Hex 5? This is an inner ring. It is a hostile encounter. It is space pirates. It is space pirates number 4. You try to get some rest while the ship flies in autopilot mode when you're suddenly woken up by the sound of your radar detection system. A pirate Epsilon interceptor ship is approaching your coordinates. Gain 1 0G liquor after defeating them. An Epsilon interceptor. That's a tough ship. Okay, this fight could drag on a bit, so I guess we will wrap up here. And we'll pick up next time with the space combats, and also hopefully finding a mechanic, because we've not found a mechanic so far. And we did hire a medic, but we need to fix things, not just fix people. So let's see if there is anyone online to raid. Not really. Okay, thanks for watching, and tomorrow there will be a campaign prep stream for my home game, so if you're interested in seeing me fit some adventures into the Hot Springs Island setting, show up, and otherwise we'll be continuing ASTROPRISMA next week. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.